Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna Arti. Arti now? Arti. Arti, yeah. So we have to stand up, right? Yeah? Sitting. Usually for Arti we stand up. Usually we do, yeah. Supposed to. Huh? Yeah, we don't play. Usually usually we don't play a little inside information. Usually we don't play harmonium for Arti because we're supposed to stand up. Actually, Prabhupada wrote a letter that way. But in Philadelphia, during religious time they always did. So they do it. But usually we're not supposed to. Anyway. Hello. You want? Yeah, sure. You can play. You can play. You can play. He's good. He plays good. He's better. He plays better. Yes. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namane Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishatarine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Yeah, yeah. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Rama
Ashtottara Shishimara Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prince Kahashi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivashari Gaur Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopina Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadip Mayapur Dham ki jai. Ganga Mayi ki jai. Jamuna Mayi ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shumaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glory to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
Hare Hare Bol.
You sing, somebody sing. You sing a prayer?
Okay. And some
What's that?
around 5-10 minutes kirtan.
Okay.
Well, everyone.
Hare Krishna. The Nishinga prayers, we chant those we used to chant them for Srila Prabhupada's protection also, and for the protection of what else?
All the living entities of the devotees in general.
Of the Hare Krishna movement. What's oh, this one, yeah, sure. Namaste, the Singhaya. Namaste, Mother Singhaya.
Namaste, Mother Singhaya.
Namaste, Nara Singhaya.
Namaste, Nara Singhaya.
Namaste, Narasimhaya. Narasimhaya. Namaste, Narasimhaya. Namaste, Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Daine Hiranya Kashipur Bakshaha Shilatam Kala Kalaye Shilatam Kala Kalaye Ito Nrsimha Bharata Nrsimho Yato Yato Jnanitata Nrsimha Mahi Nrsimho Hridaye Nrsimha Kamala Padena Kamadhuta Sina Lolita Hiranya Kasipo Chanabringa Ketava Vitanada Harirupa Jaya Jagati Hare Jaya Jagati Hari Rup Jai Jagati Hare Jai Jagati Hare Keshava Sita Hari Rup Jai Jagati Hare Keshava Sita Hari Rupa Jai Jagati Hare Jai Jagati Hare Keshava Sita Hari Rupa Jai Jagati Hare Namaste Singhaya Namaste Singhaya Namaste Singhaya Namaste Singhaya Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai 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 Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai. You're doing fine. Gopal Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. 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 Gopal Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai. Radha Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Radha Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Radha Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopal 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 Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai. Gopal Jai Jai. Radha Hari Govinda Jai Jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Thank you very much to all of you for coming to this very special evening. As you all know, today is Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Disappearance Day. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Also, on behalf of Bensalem Bhakti Ruksha, I would like to specially thank His Grace Vishnugada Prabhu and Her Grace Dina Doyal Mathaji for coming to this program. Thank you very much. So, Haribol! I was just waiting for you. His Grace Basughosh Prabhu ki jai. So that's his son. Sorry, Prabhu, your name of Vaman Prabhu ki jai. Sorry, Vishnugada, switch off. Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. And this is his dear wife. Sorry, I forgot your name, please. Anandi. Anandi Mathaji ki jai. Thank you very much, Mathaji. Mathaji, you can sit here. Okay. So, as you all know that we won't have our regular Bhagavatam class today. It's very special. So, we will get to know more about Srila Prabhupada by his own disciples, His Grace Vishnugada Prabhu and Dina Mathaji. So I would like to request, of course, Basughosh Prabhu. So they are all very, very, very senior. You can't even imagine. Actually, some of you might not have been born at that time when they got initiated. They got into Krishna consciousness, right? It was like 50, 54, 55 years back. So before Basughosh Prabhu join us, then I would like to take this opportunity to introduce, starting with His Grace Vishnugada Prabhu. Is one of the senior most disciple of ISKCON founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and he has been in Krishna consciousness movement for more than 50 plus years, 54 years. Right, Prabhu?
Yes.
Haribol. 54 years. Undisturbed, uninterrupted Krishna consciousness. Extremely great. So, Prabhuji, please. Vishnugada Prabhu, can you please take your seat? Yes.
Basughosh Prabhu can speak about Srila Prabhupada in Sanskrit.
Please.
उसका वीजा है लेकिन टिकट काटते नहीं।
Dina Mathaji, please.
एक व्यक्ति ने
Krishna.
Very happy to see great souls here. So His Grace Vishnugada Prabhu, he was initiated by Srila Prabhupada in the year 1972. 71, I always get it wrong. 71, which was in the early stages of Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON movement. He was in his youth at the time. During Srila Prabhupada's presence, his main services were cooking at New York Temple at 55th Street, which at the time was a very big temple. He then served for more than a decade as temple president at ISKCON Tobacco Temple, where he managed everything including cooking, aarti, kirtan, etc. and managed it through several challenges. He used to organize annual Gita Nagari kids camp for many years, by which many kids got inspired to follow Krishna consciousness practices in their life. In recent years, he started Kids Camp again, which was a great success. The very recent Kids Camp was in Neelachal Dham. Who visited that? Haribol. It's a beautiful place. You get a chance, please visit. It's not that far, about 1 hour 45 minutes from here. New Nilachal Dham. Used to professionally, he's a psychologist. With this tight schedule for more than 2 decades, he managed to serve very diligently at ISKCON Philadelphia in various services, such as festival, Sunday feast cooking, as Rath Yatra chairman, Kirtan leader, and eloquent preacher of Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. He also served as ISKCON Philly's board for several years and as a Sunday school teacher for a long time. Also, those who don't know, in ISKCON Philadelphia, there was a break with Rath Yatra for a long time. So it was not, it broke at what year, Prabhu? 1975, when Srila Prabhupada?
Srila Prabhupada came in 1975, and then it went on for about 13 years.
Okay.
Then stopped, and then so there's about a 13-year gap. Yeah.
Yeah, so then it was His Grace Vishnugada Prabhu's idea and thought behind that, restarting ISKCON Philadelphia Rath Yatra in 2006. That's about 19-20 years back. So then it grew, it started with very small scale. It grew 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 devotees, 7,000. At a time they used to cook, he was behind cooking also, he's in charge. He used to cook for 5,000 people, 7,000 people, devotees. A very well organized Rath Yatra. So thank you very much, Prabhu. So also, so let's all welcome His Grace Vishnugada Prabhu by chanting 3 times loudly, Haribol, 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 Haribol. So also we have His Grace Basughosh Prabhu. He's very close to me also. We met at Kaivalya Prabhu's daughter's wedding, right, Prabhu? That's when we met. Okay, for the first time. So he had come. So I was very impressed seeing him for the first time because he started speaking in Sanskrit, which I don't understand. So he's very eloquent Sanskrit speaker also. So we'll hear from him today about Srila Prabhupada in Sanskrit, right? So Basughosh Prabhu was born as Brian Davis in Chicago, America. He was initiated by Srila Prabhupada in the year?
End of 73.
End of 1973. That's my birth year. So who has spent 38 of his 54 years of life in Gujarat, Vadodara.
More than 38.
You know Vadodara, Gujarat?
1979. How long is that?
Okay, I think this I got it from 1979. It's very old.
Well, somewhat old.
More than 45 years, Prabhu?
Yeah, 46.
45, Haribol. So Basughosh Prabhu is currently the president of ISKCON temple in Vadodara. So he speaks very chaste Sanskrit as he walks on the SGVP International School.
No, that was an article from a newspaper.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I can introduce if you want me.
Yes, so let's... Sorry, this I took article from a very old article from online. But let us first, before that, let us honor him by chanting 3 times Haribol, 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 Haribol. So and then we have a very special guest for the first time. So I have known her for many years. She has been a very active participant in ISKCON Philadelphia. So you always see on Prabhupada's Appearance Day, Prabhupada Disappearance Day, and some of the main events, she is there. Thank you very much, Mathaji, for joining us. So Her Grace Dina Mathaji, she started coming to the temple as a teenager in 1974 in Cleveland. And she moved in 1975 after school. She got initiated in 1976 by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and she got a second initiation 6 months later. So main services were book distribution. She lives in different temples. She has programs in Amherst, Massachusetts. Is that Massachusetts? Yes, Massachusetts. And she went back to school for nursing and midwifery to get her graduate degree. So let's welcome her by chanting 3 times loudly, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. So we will hear from all of the great souls today about Srila Prabhupada, their experiences with Srila Prabhupada. And also, if at the end, if anybody wants to share any of your thoughts or pay homages to Srila Prabhupada, you are more than welcome for a couple of minutes. So let's start with Vishnugada Prabhu.
I don't know if you want to send it to me.
Where is it senior most?
I know, but I can give it to somebody.
Yeah, again, the schedule is from now on, maybe about 1 hour, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Then after that, we will have Guru Puja, we'll have Pushpa Abhishek, and then Damodarashtakam. Okay, thank you.
So which one should I use? This one or that one? Okay, hands free. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Pitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitangscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Name Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarani Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shivashadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Thank you. Just a little point of information. I did a study of all the kirtans of Srila Prabhupada leading Hare Krishna, and that are available on the prabhupadvani.org. And 39% of them, how many is that? What, 39%? What fraction? More than a third. He began at the beginning, before chanting Hare Krishna, with the Vandeham prayer. That's interesting. We don't chant it so much anymore, but that's why I chant Vandeham. Yeah. Anyway, this today, being Srila Prabhupada's Disappearance Day, it's a different mood than in Srila Prabhupada's Appearance Day. The idea is that appearance or disappearance, it's all on the transcendental platform. Although when the sun rises, it feels different than sunset, or when it's nighttime. So this time it's a different experience. Sometimes I don't feel like celebrating this because then we remember all those times. But anyway, it's a good opportunity, on the other hand, to glorify Srila Prabhupada and his achievements and his position in not only within ISKCON, but not only in Vaishnava culture, religious culture, but in the world. So I thought I'd do some description or discussion of that, and I'll interject some anecdotes, hopefully so here now, but it's going to be a little bit philosophical, if that's okay. All right. There's a nice verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto. Kapil Muni says, Anyesham punya shlokanam udama yashasham satam upashrutya bhaven moda srivatsankasya kim puna. Okay. Translate? No. What to speak of hearing the pastimes of the Lord, whose chest is marked with Srivatsa. People may take transcendental pleasure even in hearing of the works and deeds of the devotees, whose fame is immortal. Udama yashasham satam. So Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that the Bhagavatam literally means the pastimes of the Lord and the Lord's devotees. For example, there are pastimes of Lord Krishna and narrations about devotees like Prahlad, Dhruva, Maharaj, Ambarish. Both pertain to the Supreme Personality of Godhead because the devotees' pastimes are in relation with Him. The Mahabharata, for example, the history of the Pandavas and their activities is sacred because the Pandavas had a direct relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You follow?
Yes.
Srila Prabhupada in Seattle was asked, is Joan of Arc in the Srimad Bhagavatam? You know Joan of Arc? You know what Prabhupada's answer was?
No.
If she's a devotee, yes. If she's a devotee, yes. Yeah. So similarly, Srila Prabhupada has a direct relationship with Lord Krishna, and therefore remembrances and history about him are not sentimental forays into fanciful reverie. You know, people like to reminisce about their past and all that stuff, but are as good as hearing about the Lord and Srimad Bhagavatam himself. You follow? Yeah. Lord Chaitanya was discussing with the Sanodia Brahmin. There was a Brahmin in his travels through Vrindavan from Vrindavan to Benares, Allahabad, and Prayag. And the question came, because usually sannyasis wouldn't take food from a lower class Brahmin, who the Sanodiyas were usually the Brahmins, the priests of the Vaishyas. So, but when he found that Madhavendra Puri had taken food at his house, he said this. He said, Tarako pratishta shrutana vibhinna nasa rishir yasya matam nabinnam dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhaya mahajano jena gata sapanta. Dry arguments are inconclusive. A great personality whose opinion does not differ from others is not considered a great sage. Simply by studying the Vedas, one cannot come to the right path. The truth of religious principles is hidden in the heart of an unadulterated, self-realized person. Consequently, one should follow the progressive path chalked out by the Mahajan, Srila Prabhupada. There are many people who propose a dizzying potpourri of spiritual philosophies. But Srila Prabhupada's teachings and activities practically demonstrate the path to enable us to go back to Godhead, if anyone happens to be interested. As he said, example is better than precept. So Arjuna asked this question twice in the Bhagavad Gita, if you happen, you know. Stita pragasa ka bhasha samatista shikesava stita di kim prabhasheta kim asita bhajeta kim. Means, what are the symptoms of someone who's a Mahajan, who's situated in transcendence? How does he speak? And what is his language? How does he talk? How does he, like that? What did Srila Prabhupada demonstrate by his activities? Following the principles of Krishna consciousness himself, and on top of that, spreading it to others, exactly following the instructions of his spiritual master and Lord Chaitanya. And because he did so, like that, he was especially favored by Lord Krishna. Some say he was individually appointed to this task of spreading Krishna consciousness around the world by his spiritual master. Not so. Not so. How's that? Did anybody follow? Anybody know?
His disciples.
Huh?
He was joined with all his disciples.
Yes. That very same instruction was given to all the followers of Lord Chaitanya and all of his Gaudiya Math godbrothers. It's a very important point. Srila Prabhupada's glory is that in the face of many obstacles, he was the only one who single-handedly, sincerely took up the trouble to do so, depending fully upon Krishna and his spiritual master. We should follow this. He brought a revolution to the Western world, and it is our task as his followers to accept and continue that revolution, not to remain complacent and comfortable. Who will broadcast that this rare human form of life is meant for self-realization? Who else will deftly and insistently, repeatedly remind us that we are not this physical body and that gratifying the senses to the end of life is simply animal life? And if we take up this task, Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada would be very much pleased. As Srila Prabhupada often said, the grandfather shows more mercy to the grandchildren than to his old children. Have you heard that before? Yes. That we're talking about you. Talking about he can give you mercy. Take advantage of that available mercy, please. And let us take a moment to further contemplate the accomplishments of Srila Prabhupada. The saintly persons who established the major religions of this world, like who? Are you with? I'm just seeing if you're with me. The saintly persons who established the major religions of this world, like who?
Jesus Christ, Muhammad Prophet.
Yeah, Prophet Muhammad, Jesus Christ, were undoubtedly exalted and empowered souls. Their accomplishments are wonderful. Still, if you think about it, they preached among their own local people, those with similar customs, background, and expectations. Srila Prabhupada started the Hare Krishna movement by personally transplanting the transcendental science of bhakti to a completely different community, country, and people. That in and of itself is amazing. But he didn't stop there in New York City or North America. Following the direction of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Sri Chaitanya, he continued to travel and preach to liberated souls from practically all cultural and ethnic backgrounds in every inhabited continent of the world. In so doing, he proved that Krishna and Krishna Bhakti are universal and all attractive, regardless of the receiver's culture, race, nationality, or religion. Srila Prabhupada started his mission with no material support. He received no encouragement from any institution, community, or family. He was completely alone from a worldly point of view, yet completely dependent on Lord Krishna. What he has done is unprecedented, although it may have been predicted by Shukadeva Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam. How's that? There's a verse, Kirata Hunandra Pulinda Pulkasha. You know this one? Abhiri Shumba Yavana Kasadaya Yenye Chapapa Tadupashraya Shriya Shudyanti Tasmai Prabhu Vishnave Nama. It says that Kirata, who are the Kiratas? Hunters. Huns, who are the Huns? Germans. The Huns, the Germans. Andhra. People from Andhra Pradesh. Anybody from Andhra here? There you go. Pulin Pulkasha. Yeah, this is the Greeks. Abhira Shumba. Yamana, the Turks. Kasadaya, the Chinese people. All these people, they can be purified by taking shelter of someone who's taken shelter of Krishna. This is Shukadeva Goswami. Who else has done that? Is there anyone in their lifetime? I mean, other preachers did it, but not themselves personally. But Srila Prabhupada did it personally. Think about that. This is something, like I said, it's unprecedented. Looking at Srila Prabhupada's heroic accomplishments from another angle, he delivered intact wisdom originating from Krishna millions and millions of years ago. Think about that. You know, anybody like antiques? You get an antique, it's a few hundred years old and it's wonderful. We're talking about millions and millions of years ago, and carefully transmitted it without change, without addition or subtraction, through the chain of realized parampara teachers, exactly as a postal worker delivers a letter. If the postal worker opens the letter and changes it, or fiddles with it, what happens? It's messed up, right? The message is lost. Think of how the Vedic mantras were preserved orally for millennia. Think about that. How did it happen? The student disciple would learn to recite the Vedic mantras exactly as received from the Guru, verbatim, no change. What would happen in 100 years, 1,000 years, if there was some deviation? You think about that. Think about that. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada, so what was that verse? Evam parampara praptam imam raja shriyo vidu sakaleni hamohata yoganashta parantapa. If it's changed, it's finished. So Srila Prabhupada always gave full credit to his spiritual master, from whom he received that uncontaminated, pure message. I'm not sure that in ISKCON we routinely pay enough attention to this issue. It will be essential to our spiritual advancement to study and understand how Srila Prabhupada did things in his preaching, in his philosophy, in his kirtan, in his sadhana, in prasadam, and in playing instruments and relating to devotees and others. In the Christian religion, they have this saying, WWJCD. Have you heard this? I've said it before. WW. If there's some question about how you do things, the people ask yourself, what would Jesus Christ do? WWJCD. You follow? In ISKCON, we should have the WW SPD. SPD, yes, yeah. We aspire to be Srila Prabhupada's representatives. That brings with it a responsibility. It is worthwhile to regularly remind ourselves of that responsibility and to be alert to minimize whimsical changes or misrepresentations to this Krishna conscious philosophy and practice. In Philadelphia in 1975, when Srila Prabhupada came, he gave class. And at the pastime he was teaching from was the story of Ajamil. You know Ajamil. So what happened when Ajamil was just about to pass away and he saw the Yamadutas? What happened? How many times?
One time.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Some say. All right. So anyway, the person who was doing this, leading the Sanskrit, his name was Nitai. He said it, Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. And Srila Prabhupada said, wait a minute. It was one time Narayan. And Nitai says, no, it's in the book. It's in the book. It says 3 times, he says. It's in the book, 3 times. And she says, Prabhupada, change it. It's one time Narayan. So it turns out that Nitai, who was an editor, had actually changed it himself to 3. Now you could make a case, 3 times Narayan is better than 1 time Narayan, right? You could say, but no, don't change it. Some people have this view of Srila Prabhupada as being a Santa Claus-like character that says whatever you do is okay, jolly, jolly, jolly. Yes, there is that side of Srila Prabhupada, but there's another side of Srila Prabhupada that's very, very particular, and if you were not doing it right, he would correct you very strongly. We read that in, Harisari, Srila Prabhupada's servant in the latter part of it. He would regularly chastise him if he didn't wipe off the table or if he touched something with a dirty hand. Very regularly, yeah. So there's both the rose and the thunderbolt. A couple of other things. I mean, we could go on about this, but there's a story about Prahlad Maharaj and how he became such an advanced devotee. I don't know if you've heard this. It's from the Puranas. That in his previous life, he had just happened to fast on Lord Nrsimha's appearance day, and he was cleaning because he wanted to engage in some nefarious activity. So he cleaned a spot so he could do that activity, and it just happened to be a Nrsimha temple. Have you heard this? Yeah. Anyway, we never heard that from Srila Prabhupada. It's there in the Puranas. But what does Prahlad Maharaj say the most important part of his spiritual advancement came from? Narad Muni. Narad Muni. Yes, there may have been some. The most important, this is our philosophy. Chadiya Vaishnav se nishtarapaye chekeva. The most important part of our possibility of spiritual advancement is coming from our association and the mercy of the the guru, isn't it? That should not be lost in their telling of different stories. And another point, which was driven home quite recently, is well, not that recently, a couple of years ago. But you know, here just like giving an example of how things change, because it's not a good idea to change. Some people say that the cows in the United States are not cows. Have you heard this? You've heard this? Huh? So there's certain symptoms, you know, there's certain symptoms of the hump and all this stuff.
Characteristics.
Yeah, characteristics, yeah, symptoms there. Yeah, so, but did Srila Prabhupada differentiate between the cows in India and the cows in America? Although some devotees in ISKCON say it's the difference. Some devotees in ISKCON. But you know what happened? In India, there's a group of politicians that started okaying the slaughter of cows. You know this? And you know what they quoted? ISKCON devotees. Because those aren't really cows. You didn't know that? Big deal. Big deal. So the consequences are big. If you change something a little bit, you gotta be really careful about that. Okay. Prasangam ajaram pasham atmana kavayo vidu sa eva sarvashu krita moksha dvaram upavritam. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, opens the door to liberation. Did you follow? What was that?
Attachment
To material is the cause of bondage, but that same attachment, if you transfer it to the self-realized devotee, that's muktas dvaram upavritam. Moksha dvaram, the door to liberation is open. Yeah. So how are you going to be attached to the self-realized devotee? On the day of Srila Prabhupada's appearance anniversary, I remember and contemplate his teachings and activities with a heightened feeling of separation. On this day, there's a tendency to lament my own level of paltry Krishna consciousness and to consider how far I have to go to become a good disciple. There's also a tendency to look at ISKCON now and compare it to when Srila Prabhupada was present. I know that you quickly tire while hearing about old ISKCON, when a parent tells a child how when they were young they used to trudge miles through the snow every morning to get to school. Do you do that?
Yeah.
Do you do that? Yeah, nevertheless, since when Srila Prabhupada was guiding ISKCON directly, some of those experiences just might continue to have relevance today. Yeah. This disappearance pastime was evident for many months. And he would often say that he was an old man and could leave at any time, having already passed 70. However, this Leela of passing became pronounced during the last 8 or 9 months of his stay. Despite his failing health and imminent departure, he continued to guide us and the world in spiritual life. At the Mayapur festival in 1977, several senior disciples visited. At that time, his appetite was very poor, and he was only taking a little bit of milk every few days. Jayadvaita, brahmachari at that time. You know Jayadvaita? Yeah, okay. He visited from New York. He was a New York fixture. And when he saw you, you asked him, oh, how are things going in New York? And specifically asked him what the menu was lately for the Sunday feast. He was taking a little bit of milk, yeah. He was pleased and encouraged to hear that sweet rice, sabji, halava, pakora, puri, and fancy rice were all being prepared regularly, as he was doing in the Sunday Feast program beginning in 1966. But sometimes well-meaning, frugal people have argued that the program should be reduced. While remaining respectful to his godbrothers, he sometimes criticized them to us in his books, or not working conjointly as ordered by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, to develop a large preaching program for spreading Krishna consciousness. In a few cases, he chided them for making propaganda against and trying to hamper ISKCON. Did you know that? Yeah. Nevertheless, during his disappearance Leela, when they visited, he begged their forgiveness. Even from the very same people who maligned him regularly and who worked to stop ISKCON's development. Interestingly, they did not ask for his forgiveness. Srila Prabhupada, you continue to impose a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, practically some of your last utterances, and you remind us repeatedly by saying, don't think this, meaning death in its form, death will not happen to you. There are many differences in the ISKCON of today with the one you left. Taking a step back and looking, I'll just mention one of them. When you were present, devotees chanted the Hare Krishna mantra together numerous times and for hours daily, at Mangal Arti, Guru Puja, during street Sankirtan and the evening Arti. After all, this is the Hare Krishna movement. And Lord Chaitanya declared that the congregational chanting of the holy names is the prime benediction for humanity at large. Yeah. When you were present, you encouraged 24-hour kirtan continuously to be held at all temples, actually, but especially in Vrindavan and Mayapur. Now, even initiated devotees with congregational chanting may occur only for 10 or 20 minutes in a week. We follow. Even when opportunities arise to chant together, often other business takes precedence. How will our hearts become purified? Dear Srila Prabhupada, please give us and me your mercy. Let the remembrance of you and your instructions shine abundantly in our hearts, along with the undivided attention and energy to implement them exactly as you would like. For we know, as you've told us, the secret of success. Of course, you taught us, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, Yasya prasada nagati kotopi. When you are satisfied, Lord Krishna is satisfied. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Sorry it took so long. You have time?
I'll make some comments after the Mangalacharan. Tachanyo Ravanimahe Gatum Yajnaya Gatum Yajnapataye Daivi Swastirastunaha Swastirmanushabhyaha Urdhvam Jigatu Beshajam Shanno Astu Dvipade Sham Chatushpade Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sham No Mitra Sham Varunaha Sham No Bhavat Varyama Sham No Indro Brihaspati Sham No Vishnu Rukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmam Avatu Tan Bhaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Bhaktaram Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryan Karavavahai Tejasvinavati Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudakshate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Kinshit Samskrita Bhashayam Bhaktavya. I was requested to speak in Sanskritam, so I have to show you that I can actually do that. Pradarsaniyam yat Samskrita Bhashya bhavati. Bhashya kim parasparam vyavaharaha. Bhashya kim bhavati. Manushyanam madhye ek anyonya sahitam vyavaharaha tadeva bhashya. Samskrita bhashya Vaidika granteshu prapnoti Vedaha Vedangani Mahabharata ityadayaha Aitihasika grantaha Valmiki Ramayana Sarve Samskrita Bhashayam Bhavati Asmakam Purvacharyanam Grantaha Api Sarve Samskrita Bhashayam Bhavati Rupa Goswaminaha Yat Kinchit Api Likitam Asit Panchashatam Varshebhyaha Yat Panchashatam Varshebhyaha Prak Sarve Samskrita Bhashayam Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Guruvashtakam Samskrita Bhashayam Bhavati Baladevi Vibhushanaha Tatapi Bhaktivinoda Thakur api Krishna Samhita Samskrita Bhashayam Likitam Asit. So Samskritam Shikshaniyam Nava Shikshaniyam Eva Kintu Asmakam Tadrisha Buddhihi Praptaha Yat Samskritam Anavashakam Chintayanti Janaha. Okay, Mulacha Bhashayam Bhaktavya Yataha Bodhaha Nabhavati Prayaha Bodhaha Nabhavati. Prabhu, thank you very much. Anugrahitasmaha, we are grateful to you. You wrote that?
Yeah.
Your realizations, very well organized. Prashansaniya vachanaha, praiseworthy words, if you didn't understand that. I was sent to Nellore from Chennai, which used to be called Madras. Prabhupada arrived there January 1st, 1976 for 2 days. But one day in advance, they asked me to go to Nellore. So I was present when Prabhupada arrived in the train, January 3rd, 1976. And then there was a 5-day program there. So at the reception at this train station, 2,000 people came to welcome Prabhupada. The mayor, the little girls, the kanyas. Kanya means below the age of 10, before puberty, with coconuts on the head. Nadaswaram in North India, they have a Shanai. In Bengal, they have the Shanai. In South India, Nadaswaram. And Brahmins chanting Veda mantras. Prabhupada saw this and he turned to a small group of his Western disciples that got off the train with him, and I was there. And he said Vedic culture is more intact in South India. He was Bengali. He lived as a householder in Prayagraj in North India. He ate chapatis. Bengalis don't eat chapatis. How many Bengalis are here? Nobody. One, two. Even South Indians don't eat chapatis, but some eat in the night. Some few eat in the night. Prabhupada had chapatis every day. But he said, and in Hyderabad, before that, this was in April 1975, 10,000 people came to his lectures every day. There are 5 days, 150 devotees came in the train from Mayapur. Were you there?
Yes.
He was one of them. I was there. Prabhupada said many things, but one thing sticks in my mind. He, with folded hands, he requested the 10,000 people, please don't give up your culture. So, my own realization is, Prabhupada wanted to spread Indian culture, Vedic culture. If you look at the old pictures, the old ISKCON, Prabhupada passed away now, it's 48 years ago. Sanskrit pundits in India have a light-hearted joke. 10 years is a yuga. So 5 yugas almost have passed since Prabhupada disappeared. 5 yugas. It's a long time, even in our short lifetimes. We're old men now, we're old people now. Anyone who is initiated by Prabhupada is an old person. Senior citizen. They stopped the railway discount in India for senior citizens. I'm unhappy with that. I used to enjoy a good discount in the trains. So, cultural conquest, that was the desire of Prabhupada. Yeah, it's been a long time. And as Prabhuji pointed out, Adbhuta Pravrittihi, wonderful activities of Prabhupada, that he used to quote another verse that Prabhuji missed. Of course, there are so many verses, but Krishna Shakti Vina Tar Nehi Pravartan. Without the power of Krishna, you cannot preach Krishna consciousness the way Prabhupada spread it all over the world in 12 years. But, having said that, there is a major lacuna. It's a fact. We put on this dress only once in a while, outside of India. Oh, even in India. There's one of my godbrothers, our godbrothers, is considered very staunch and very fanatic, and I was attending his program a couple years ago here in Charlotte, North Carolina, excuse me. And after the program, I saw some devotees changing from their dhotis into their pants and shirts. And I said, why are you changing? Well, it's more comfortable to travel like that. Yes, these words are a bit more harsh than Vishnugada Prabhu. But that was the desire of Prabhupada. He wanted the whole world. There's a verse in the Rig Veda. Krinvanto Vishwamaryan. Verse means a mantra. There are no shlokas in the Vedas. You know that, right? There are only mantras in Vedas. And shlokas began with Valmiki Ramayana. Adi Kavi Valmiki. So, Krinvanto Vishwamaryan. Make the whole world Aryan. Now, in the United States and Europe, because of Hitler, the word Aryan is linked to the Nazi regime of the 1930s and 40s. But actually, he borrowed it from Vedic culture. Aryan means somebody who in the childhood studied Vedas. Vedic educational system. Prabhupada wanted that. Guru. Did he ever say, let's Actually, he did say, I have to admit, that he wanted to finance a chair in Vaishnavism in Calcutta University. And one of our devotees, not a godbrother, I don't know if you've heard of him, Leela Purushottam Prabhu. How many of you heard of Leela Purushottam? Only one, two, three. So Leela Purushottam Prabhu is the director of the IIT, Indian Institute of Technology in Mandi, Himachal Pradesh. No, he was initiated by Prabhupada Swami, by the way. Huh?
Originally from Odisha, right?
Yeah, he's Uriya, but he was initiated by Prabhupada Swami. Doesn't matter. The point is, Leela Purushottam Prabhu is starting a university in Vrindavan. You may know or you may not know that ISKCON purchased 100 acres of land 15 kilometers from Vrindavan. It's got to be 10, 15 years back. I don't remember the exact date of the purchase. But 60 plus acres is for the Gurukul, which was shifted to this place. There's a village called Ajai. And it's not that far from Vrindavan. 15 kilometers is 10 miles, less than that, 9 miles. It's part of Philadelphia, right? I mean, to go 9 miles, you're still in the same city. So, anyway, Prabhupada, during his lifetime, Prasadam, he was very concerned about, as Prabhuji pointed out. He was also, there was a dress code, and deity worship was very strict. I remember from those days when I joined, you couldn't cook for the deities unless you had second initiation. So these things, cultural aspects, Prabhupada was very particular. And ideology, what is the teachings of Gita, right? Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. Chant the name of Krishna, worship Krishna, and follow the teachings of Krishna. That's Bhagavad Gita. So, yeah, in Vrindavan, which is where I'm usually, now it became so big, so many people speaking, but that's where I usually spend this day. I don't know why I didn't go this year. I'm going on Monday, and I'll be in Vrindavan next Friday for the Bhishma Panchak, by the grace of Krishna, if I make it. You never know. And it's a fact. You know, old age, Prabhupada said that. I'm old and I can leave at any moment. And don't think you won't also have to leave your body. And every week, every month, we know people, God brothers who are God sisters and God brothers who are leaving. Some, you know, early and some later. So that's the sad reality of the material world. Nothing is permanent in this world. Antavanta ime deha nityas yokta sharirinaha. That which lives within the body is eternal. So that faith, Prabhupada was able to establish among a section of the society and spread it all over the world. And even after the disappearance of Prabhupada, this is the real testimony, or real testimony, at least a major testimony to his success, was that it's spreading even further. But having said that, there's a lot of work. If we are a preaching mission, Prachar Samstha in Hindi, right? आप कितने लोग यहाँ हिंदी समझते हैं? अच्छा. I have to speak in English because my god brothers and sisters are here. Otherwise, Hindi में प्रवचन देना, हिंदी में व्यवहार करना मेरा कोई तकलीफ नहीं. कल हरे कृष्ण टीवी में मेरा साक्षात्कार हो गया हिंदी में. Yeah. Hare Krishna TV has got 1 million viewers, 10 lakhs viewers. It's the Chopati temple, they run that. So, what was I gonna, I don't know the time, Prabhu. You gotta give me a cue when my time is over because I can go on and on and on. 5 more minutes, thank you. What was I gonna say right now? So where ISKCON has done very well after Prabhupada passed away 48 years ago is Eastern Europe and India. Not that it hasn't spread in other places, but where it's very strong and where many people joined and got initiated. And I shouldn't neglect to mention China, where there's like 2,000, of course, in a country with 1.2 billion, 2,000 initiates is not a lot, but compare it to Japan, where Prabhupada himself went and there's been preaching. They didn't make devotees like that in Japan, but in China, it's booming in certain ways. Russia, we're doing very well, but the government is totalitarian and they're not stopping Russians, but they don't want foreigners to come in and preach, as Indra Maharaj recently found out when he went there and was banned for the next 5 years. And he's, what's his age? He's born in 49, 48, and he's in his, upper 70s now. Yeah, he may make it back. And in the Ukraine, ISKCON had 25 centers and they had an annual festival of 10,000 devotees. And thanks to Mr. Putin, it's in a shambles over there. Unfortunate. But the real focus is in India. And Prabhupada used to say, my Guru Maharaj wanted me to preach in the English language and I wanted to preach abroad. But if you examine Prabhupada's own actions, he spent all of his money and most of his time, particularly in the last few years of his life when I was in India, because I went in 74 February. Oh, that I didn't, Prabhuji didn't know the history. I joined ISKCON in Chicago, where I was born and raised, and I spent a year in the temple in 1973. Almost to the day, February 73 to February 74. I left and I came to India and I was in Hyderabad 5 years. Temple opened, we flew with Prabhupada, a few of us, 4 of us, and Prabhupada from Bombay. It's just an hour flight for the opening of that temple on Janmashtami 1976. Interesting story there, which is related to something that Vishnugada Prabhu said about Prabhupada's magnanimity toward his godbrothers. One of the most important godbrother, the godbrother of Prabhupada that brought Bhakti Siddhanta from Mayapur to Calcutta to start the preaching mission, wasn't Prabhupada. His name was Kunja Bihari Vidya Bhushan. He later became Bhakti Vilas Tirtha. And at the opening of Hyderabad temple, Jayapataka Maharaj brought the news to Prabhupada that he had left his body. And Jayapataka, I wasn't there personally, I heard it secondhand, but Prabhupada, Jayapataka Maharaj asked Prabhupada, where did he go? And Prabhupada said he went back home, back to Godhead. And then Jayapataka Maharaj said, but Prabhupada, he was envious of you. And the story was, Prabhupada actually tried to go, this is in the Prabhupada biography, that he tried to work with him to go to the US, but he said, no, first you join our institution. Actually, it's a very long story, which I won't get into all the details, but Prabhupada said that wasn't very important. He wouldn't come and meet Prabhupada when all the other God brothers were invited. He wouldn't touch, and they criticized heavily. But Prabhupada had that magnanimity. Yeah, he went back home, back to Godhead. There's a purport. Who's good with the telephones? Srimad Bhagavatam 4:28-31. The purport. Can somebody dig that out? Because it's interesting what Prabhupada wrote about his God brothers. 4:28-31, but I can just summarize it. We are not working conjointly. Prabhuji hit the proper word, or hit the right word, which is what Prabhupada used. My God brothers and I are not working conjointly, but we are all this Krishna consciousness movement. What else? What can I have a phone? Because my brain is also half corrupted here. I can't remember it all. It's really important. Yeah, 428.
28.
428:31. You got it? She has it. Somebody else has it. Several people have it. Yeah.
Get the prize.
This is a little bigger. This is a bigger telephone also. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj began preaching the Krishna consciousness movement in an organized way within the past 100 years. The disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj are all God brothers. This, by the way, this purport defeats this concoction called Ritvikism, which you might have heard about. It defeats it because we're not God brothers of Prabhupada, we're disciples of Prabhupada. And he called his God brothers. But these people are saying we're all disciples of Prabhupada. Nonsense. Nonsense. They may have some other points, but anyway. Although there are some differences of opinion, and although we are not acting conjointly, every one of us is spreading this Krishna consciousness movement according to his own capacity and producing many disciples. Producing many disciples to spread it all over the world. As far as we are concerned, we have already started the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and many thousands of Europeans and Americans have joined this movement. Fact? Should I go on? There's more. Anyway, I'll let you all read it on your own. My 5 minutes are up, and I thank you all for your attention. And I don't think I touched the top of the iceberg of the glories of Prabhupada and the glories of Vaishnavism and Vedic culture. Hare Krishna. Mathaji.
So 2 hard acts to follow. Anyway, I'm very grateful to be here and thank you for inviting me. I joined when I was very young, and I'm very happy I had the opportunity to distribute Prabhupada's books, and joined during a time when the movement was really in its heyday. It was very exciting. There was so much enthusiasm, and I didn't get personal time with Prabhupada, but I really did feel like I knew him through his books, and I did get to see him in New Vrindavan once, and that was wonderful. But it was just amazing. It was very hard. I was very young. I was very shy. I didn't want to approach anybody, but somehow, we did it, and it was amazing. Krishna sent people that would actually come up to you and ask for a book. It was pretty amazing, and it just really felt like you were part of Lord Chaitanya's mission, and so it was just an amazing thing. In fact, speaking of Prabhupada's disappearance, we were out on Sankirtan when we got the news, and we all went back to the temple, and it was a very small temple, but we were very close, and so we chanted and prayed, and so it was funny because they had ordered a Prabhupada Murti for the temple, and it came like that day, which Prabhupada never actually came to Cleveland because it was a small temple. It wasn't like Los Angeles or big temples. Yes. When I first started going there, Batu Gopal was the temple president.
He's still around somewhere.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me join when I was a teenager because he said I had to finish high school. There were lots of problems with that. But I did get arrested once distributing books. when I was 16. My parents wouldn't let me go back to the temple for a while. Anyway. But anyway, I'm just so grateful to have had that experience, and Prabhupada really wanted us to spread this movement, so I'm so happy you're all here, because it means that the movement is alive, and we can all do something within our own intelligence and capacity to continue to spread this movement for Prabhupada. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much. Sorry for that.
Just one thing is, we were talking about spreading Krishna consciousness and stuff. Well, on November 8th, in the Central Jersey, where there's a Mahasankirtan festival in the Central Jersey, starting at 1 o'clock, if you'd like to attend. There'll be Hariram Sankirtan as well as book distribution, and it'll just go on for like 2 or 3 hours, that's it, and then some nice, I think there's gonna be dal bati, you know dal bati?
Rajasthani.
Yeah, it's a little for colder weather, yeah. So that's a Saturday, November 8th, 1 o'clock at the Central Jersey Temple, and then we'll go out.
Next Saturday.
No, two weeks. Hare Krishna. Finished?
I'll ask if anybody wants.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thank you again, Prabhuji and Mathaji. Thank you very much. That was really eye-opener, your experiences and the dedication you have for almost more than 5 decades. That's excellent. Thank you very much. So now we'll have 5 to 10 minutes max. If anybody wants to share about Srila Prabhupada, about your experiences, just 2 minutes each, not more than that. Okay.
Questions?
Questions, okay.
Since you brought about Kritikism, that's why.
Why don't we give a mic? There's another mic. One can be for the audience and one.
You got it.
Our godbrother, Ambarish, he's the most generous disciple of Prabhupada. There's nobody that could compare his generosity. He's donated $40 million. You know, if somebody gives you $1,000, wow. Recently, a Goshala in California, where there's a Bhakti Raghava Maharaj disciple, has only the Indian cows, the Gir cows. We'll talk about that later. He got a $10,000 donation. Wow. His monthly expenditure is $25,000 for 30 cows. So what is $40 million and what is $10,000? So anyway, you know, there's only one Ambarish. If there wasn't Ambarish, we wouldn't have the TOVP. It's a fact. You have to tip your cap, as we say in the United States. This is not an Indian saying, because there are no caps. There's a pagadi. Ushnishaha. Sanskritam. Sanskritam Ushnishaha. Hare Krishna. I took too much time of everybody for that. Haribol.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Pardon my going on and on and on. Sorry.
Thank you. So again, any last timer wants to glorify Srila Prabhupada, wants to share your experience? Okay, thank you, Mathaji. Yeah, 2 minutes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for everyone for being here this evening. I just want to thank Prabhupada.
Krishna Priya.
I
Krishna Priya Mata. Yei to agad.
બેન શા માંગે?
I was very attached
જો આ મંદિરમાંથી ત્યાં ગયો.
to my home that my parents had purchased, and I was living there on my own. Could do whatever I wanted, had a really fun life. And Prabhupada inspired me to join the movement, but it was difficult for me to let go of that material security and relaxed lifestyle. And there was a devotee, Anuradha Prabhu, Anuradha Mathaji, who was married to Pranavalava in Denver. And Anuradha and I went out on book distribution, and all the little towns in Colorado in my car, and we would sleep in the car. It was very austere. And she could read my mind, and she could tell when I was starting to think, oh, I want to go back to that lake home. And my mind would wander. I wasn't very strong. And she would just start telling these stories from Bhagavatam, and she had them memorized, and they were coming from her heart. And she was so enthused about Bhagavatam, and it just came alive for me. She saved me, and other Prabhupada disciples as well. It was their dedication to Prabhupada after he had left. They just did not let go of the rope. They just stayed so fixed at his lotus feet. And that allowed me to taste the nectar that they were tasting, and to, as a result, stick with the process as well. Even when my guru fell, and so many gurus fell, it was Prabhupada's disciples who kept me going. And I just want to thank Prabhupada's disciples.
Thank you, Mathaji. It's a small honor. Thank you. Anyone else? Quickly, online? Online devotees? Okay, I think they're good. Thank you again for a wonderful association. Without Srila Prabhupada, we would not have been here, right, today. So Saturday evening, we would have been in some movie or some playground, bar, club, whatever. So we have to be eternally indebted to Srila Prabhupada. Because of him, we are having nice satsang, according to Bhagavad Gita, right? We have to gather together and discuss about Krishna. Yes. So that's what we are doing, and all credit goes to Srila Prabhupada because of his effort, you know. So with 2 heart attacks while he was on journey 2 years, and he came here with absolutely no money. 40 rupees, right, Prabhu, at that time? 40 rupees in his hand. $8. And within 12 years, can't imagine, you know, he became millionaire. 108 temples. Each temple worth 1 million. Today, as of today, so 108 millions. So no businessman could do this.
ISKCON in India has properties worth $1 billion.
Haribol.
650 acres in Mayapur itself is mind-boggling. And then there's so many other properties. Yeah, our Baroda temple property was, when I came there, it was 84 September. And I had to pay half of the money, was 5.5 lakhs of rupees. A lakh is 100,000. So 580,000 approximately was the cost of the land, 6 acres. Today that 6 acres is worth 300 crores, I mean, how much? $300 million, something like that. That's just the 6 acres, because urbanization of India. The land prices have gone in the sky, like California, Philadelphia, New York, you know, the big cities, the prices are just ridiculous, crazy. Same in India. We have this 4 acres in Ahmedabad, 6 acres in Baroda, 2.5 in Surat, and all the prices have gone up, etc., etc. There's 650 centers in India now, wow, of which 259 submit balance sheets to be consolidated and submitted to the Charity Commissioner at Bombay. So the smaller centers give to the bigger centers, and the bigger centers maintain the accounts. And we have AFTEC, Accounts, Finance, Taxation Executive Committee of the Bureau, AFTEC. 6 CPAs, you call them here, we call them Chartered Accountants in India, that look at, and that's insufficient to cover all the work. There's a lot of work ahead. You know, Prabhupada said, men and money means management. I think the Narothamananda Prabhu, he's here in Buffalo. So Prabhupada, he was the first head pujari of Vrindavan temple, I think, and then Juhu later on. So he said, Prabhupada said, men and money means management. So we need more men and more money to run the institution. This type of spiritual institution goes on like that. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, again. So we will have Guru Puja now. And after Guru Puja, Pushpanjali, and then Damodarashtakam, and then Prasadam. Okay? So thank you very much again.
Yeah. I need to.
Let me see.
Arati? Kirtan?
You play that?
He always does Kirtan. Let me do Kirtan. I also have.
You play this one.
Who's
that?
Yeah.
Basughosh? Okay.
Yeah, he still does it, but he has fixed customers. He doesn't. He's from there. He comes up and down. He never. I don't think he has any credentials.
Okay, so it's just, what about,
Yeah.
okay, we'll see. Oh, Hare Krishna. Sorry,
Arati?
Guru Puja.
Guru Puja. Can I play with them?
So if you want to go to kksongs.org,
Hello?
Sri Guru Charana Padma song, please check it out, kksongs.org.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhagavati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhagavati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhagavati Sadma Gauravani Prachari Nirvishesha Ashuryavadi Paschatya Deshatari
Ashto Saraswati Shri Srimad Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Iskan founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Vishnugada Shri Basughosh Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Prabhu Dina Sham Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan ki jai.
Jai.
Ram ki jai.
Jai. Jai.
Jamuna Devi Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki jai.
Jai. Hare Hare Bol.
Glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled
Hare
devotees.
Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
All blessed to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Ganga. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Prabhupada ki
Jai. So we'll have, I just sent link to our Bensalem WhatsApp group, so please look into that. We'll have a song by Vishnugada Prabhu about Acharyas, when we miss Acharyas. Ye Anila Premadano, the song. So we look into kksongs.org or refer to the link I sent in WhatsApp group.
Je anilo premadhan Karuna prachur
Janila Premadana Karuna Prachur
Hen Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur Gela Prabhu Gela Acharya Thakur Kaho mora swarup rupa Kaha sanata Kaha sanata Kahadas Raghu Nata Patita Hava Nata Patita Hava Kaha mora bhattu juga Kaha kabira juga Kaha kabira Eka kale kotha gela gaura natara kale kotha gela gaura natara Pasade kutivo mata Anale pashivo Shiva Mata Shiva Gauranga Gunera Nidhi Khokha Gele Baba Gauranga Gunera Nidhi Khokha Gele Baba Se Sarva Sangira Sangi Je Kala Bilas Se Sangana Paya Kande Narotam Ta Je Ayudo Vedanta Karuna Prabhu Hello Prabhu Kotha Kela Acharya Thakur Hello Prabhu Kotha Kela Acharya Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
We will have Damodaras to come, so please make a line, take Achaman, then offer the ghee, and there is a bowl here. Please drop your ghee mix in that, and also offer flowers. Parallel. Prabhupada and Goa. Abhishek to Prabhupada.
Then there's fourth, and well, there are 2 or 3 centers. This is sector 45. I mean, I don't know the geography now. They say it's like Dubai. Oh yeah.
You first. Moksam Badimba.
We're gonna have to go fast. It'll take 2 hours at this pace.
Did you do Julan?
Okay, it's done.
Namo
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Go, 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 quick. Once. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So special thanks again to His Grace Vishnugada Prabhu, His Grace Basughosh Prabhu, and Her Grace Dina Mathaji. Loudly chant Haribol 3 times. Haribol! Haribol! And all the so just one small announcement. As you all know, upcoming event November 5th. Please mark your calendars. So somebody. So mark your calendar, please. November 5th, which is Tulsi Vivaha, which is the last day of Kartik month. So Wednesday, it is on Wednesday. You all got invite. If you have not received, please let me know. I can resend it again. So on that day, it will be at our place, 32 Valley View Drive. Please mark your calendars and please come. It's a big event. That's all I have. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Kalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwasvanai Jaira Vidyaja Jadendriya Taheka Eva Fele Vichya Sagare Tara Madhya Jivadi Lobhomai Sudarmati Take Chetakadina Samsare Krishna Barodayamai
পরিবার জীব যায় প্রসাদ নদিল ভাই সেই নামৃত পাও শ্রী রাধা কৃষ্ণ গুণ গাও প্রেম ডাকো চৈতন্য নিতাই जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री राधा कृष्ण महाप्रसादम की श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. Thank you all the Mathajis and Prabhujis who have cooked sumptuous prasadam. So there are some packet. There are the boxes. If you want to pack prasadam, please feel free. Thank you very much. Thank you, online devotees.